Hi everyone! Naimbagal daw yung amin kakailian. This is Sheila Dr. Hernandez, your licensed immigration advisor based in Timaru, New Zealand. Today is the 30th of January 2021. We have three topics to discuss. First is the new processing time frames for applications ng exceptions or request to travel while close ang borders ng New Zealand. Second is the COVID-19 pre-departure test requirement ng New Zealand para sa lahat ng travelers na papunta sa New Zealand. And then third topic is ang update for work to residents. Okay, so may mga na-receive natin tayong comments and messages in regards to requesting for update sa work to residents. So marami pa rin din sa inyo ang naka-confuse kung magkano ba talaga ang required na rate, hourly rate. Okay? And ano na ang gagawin kung pagkatapos na malodge ang kanilang work to residence and ano na mangyayari this coming July. Okay? So before we start, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification para updated kayo sa mga lahat ng changes sa Immigration New Zealand. 26th of January 2021, naka-receive tayo ng email from Immigration Advisors update in regards to processing time frames for border exceptions. Okay. Alright, Kia ora, as we embark on a new year, Immigration New Zealand has taken the opportunity to reflect on our border exception processing times. Last year, INZ committed to process border exceptions requests within 2 working days, except for other critical worker requests which are processed within 2 weeks. The 2 working day time frame has created significant pressure on staff responsible for assessing this request. So ito yung current, okay? At currently, 2 working days ang processing time except for critical worker. Okay? Critical workers, ang time frame nila ay within 2 weeks. Okay? In the current global environment, it appears that we can expect to have border restrictions in place for some time. The border exception environment is becoming more complex as new exception criteria are introduced, as we continue to receive thousands of requests for an exception each month. It is important for INZ to take steps to balance the need for quick decisions with staff welfare consideration. Okay. Ang sabi nila, they're expecting na magtatagal pa yung mga border restriction or yung closure ng border. Okay, magtatagal pa siya. And then yung border exception, na-discuss natin yan sa previous videos natin kung sino-sino yon. So may list sila ng list of exceptions. So dumadami yon, no? So, I suggest that you go back sa previous na video. I-add ko din siya sa description below para makita nyo kung sino-sino ba yung eligible to apply for exceptions. Pwedeng pumasok sa New Zealand while closed ang borders. Nakaka-receive daw sila ng about 1,000. Thousands? Hindi nila sinabi kung ilang thousand. Thousands of requests. So, madami. Thousands of requests per every month. As a result, INZ will be changing the processing time frame for border exception requests to 5 working days. Okay. From 2 working days, the processing time frame magiging 5 working days na pag mag-request kayo for travel or exception. Current processing times largely depend on the type of request, with an average processing time frame of 2 days for requests under the family of a New Zealand citizen or resident and family of a temporary visa holder, and 3 days for requests under humanitarian category. Ordinarily resident exception requests, which are more complex, take longer. So ito yung current processing time frame nila. On average, 2 days for families of New Zealand citizens, residents, and temporary visa holders. So, hindi lahat meron tayong eligibility criteria for family of a temporary visa holder. So, it was discussed sa previous video. So, i-check nyo kung sino-sino yon ang mga eligible na family of temporary visa holders. And 3 days request under the humanitarian category. Yep. So, 3 days ang average. And then, yung ordinarily resident exception request ay mas matagal ang processing time. So, iba-iba. INZ wants to make it clear that a significant proportion of border exception requests can be turned around quickly, and we will continue to do this with no plans to change the level of resourcing dedicated to processing these requests. INZ Henderson office will continue to operate the priority process mailbox, and humanitarian requests will continue to be prioritized. This will ensure that requests will require urgent attention, are identified and escalated for immediate attention. So, kung sa tingin ninyo, urgent ang inyong case, you can still request for priority, and kasama sa priority ang humanitarian request. Okay, so yun yun. So, basically, from 2 days, magiging 5 working days ng processing time ng request for travel or exceptions. Okay, next topic is the COVID-19 test result requirement for travelers to New Zealand. So, let's go through kung ano-ano yung details ng requirement ng COVID-19 test. Okay, travel to New Zealand. So, as discussed sa previous natin na mga videos, okay, New Zealand citizens and residents, Australian citizens normally resident in New Zealand, and others with critical purpose approved by immigration may travel here. Okay, clear naman yon. Pre-departure COVID-19 test. So, required na bago mag-travel sa New Zealand ng negative COVID-19 test result. Okay? So, meron silang mga exempt sa requirement. A negative test result is not required for travelers from the following regions. Okay? So, may listahan ng mga hindi kailangan ng negative COVID-19 test. Antarctica, Australia, Cook Island. Okay, mahaba yung listahan. So, ito siya. Hindi po kasama ang Philippines. So, pag galing tayo sa Pilipinas, mag-travel sa New Zealand, kailangan natin ng negative COVID-19 test result. Okay, so sa managed isolation and quarantine, okay, lahat pa rin dadaan sa 14 days quarantine except for passengers from Cook Island. So, meron ding criteria yan sa previous video natin. Pakicheck na lang. Right. Nasaan yung ibang requirement nila. So, yung details, okay, you can find sa covid19.govt.nz. Okay. So, ilalagay ko na lang yung link sa description below. Okay, so yung requirement ng pre-departure test, it came into effect on 15th of January 2021 for UK. So, travelers or passengers from UK and US, nag-start na yung testing requirement, negative test requirement from 15th of January 2021. Okay, for other countries, nag-start na siya from 11:59 p.m. ng 25th. Dapat yung test result ay nakuha within 72 hours of your departure. And who does not need? Sino yung mga exempt? Okay, children under 2 years of age. So, hindi kailangan ng pre-departure test. Okay, so ito yung binanggit natin kanina, mga exempt na mga countries. Okay, meron ding mga countries na kung saan kailangan pa rin ng pre-departure testing, kaya lang hindi available yung nire-require nilang test. Instead of the pre-departure test, kailangan nilang kumuha ng certificate from a suitably qualified health practitioner. Okay, hindi man kayan kasama ang Philippines. Yeah. Or a person who is registered or licensed as an equivalent health professional overseas. Okay, this needs to be obtained no more than 72 hours before the journey begins. So, within 72 hours from your departure, kailangan ng a certificate from a health practitioner. Okay, so lahat dadaan pa rin ng 14 days managed isolation except for the travelers from Cook Island. If you cannot take a test due to medical reasons, okay, kailangan mo din kumuha ng certificate from a practitioner within 72 hours of your departure. They will examine you for symptoms of COVID-19. If they are confident you do not have symptoms of COVID-19, they will need to provide you a medical certificate stating you cannot take a test due to medical reason but you do not have symptoms. This will be accepted as the pre-departure testing requirement. Okay? So kung hindi kayo pwedeng makakuha ng COVID-19 test dahil sa medical reason, you still need to get a certificate, okay, na hindi kayo pwedeng magpa-test, COVID-19 test, mag-undergo ng COVID-19 test, and that you do not have any symptoms ng COVID-19. Okay, if you have had a COVID-19 vaccine, okay, so kahit may vaccine na kayo, you still need to take a test. Okay, yung mga may nabakunahan na kailangan pa rin ng a test, hindi kayo exempted. Okay, so there are more details dito sa covid19.govt.nz, so you can visit this website for more information. Okay, update regarding work to residence. Okay, so first, in 2019 September, nag-announce ang immigration na may changes para sa employer-assisted work visas. Etong mga visa na to, okay, na employer-assisted work visas will be converted into one na lang. Okay, it will be merged into one. So, mawawala na itong mga visa na to. Okay, so, kasama dyan ang Essential Skills Work Visa, Work to Residence, at saka Silver Fern. Okay, so today, ang i-discuss natin ay ang work to residence. Okay? So, kasama dyan ang Talent Accredited at saka LTSSL, Long-Term Skill Shortage List. So, by July, lahat ng mga visang to, including work to residence, ay mawawala na siya and it will be merged into one. Ang tawag nila ay employer-led work visa. If nakita nyo yung videos ko in 2019 regarding this topic, na-explain ko na rin dito, no, na may mga stages yung merging na yon. Hindi siya one-time na change. So, it started in 7th October of 2019, okay? And then, it will end in 2021. And then, yung last information from immigration in December, ang sabi nila ay middle of 2021, so about July. Okay, yung implementation no employer-led work visa na kung saan affected ang isa sa mga visa ang work to residence. Okay? Regarding work to residence, just to clarify, no, kung ano ba yung mga changes. So first, ano ba yung difference ng work to residence talent accredited and work to residence long-term skill shortage list in terms of yung salary? Okay? In terms of salary. Okay? Given na yung talent accredited, dapat accredited ang employer mo, and then yung long-term skill shortage list, dapat yung occupation mo ay nasa listahan ng long-term skill shortage list and you meet the requirements. Okay. So, in terms of salary, ano yung difference? Okay. So, sa talent accredited, merong threshold yan. Meron sinusunod na salary. Okay, hourly rate. Aside from that, ay yung New Zealand market rate. New Zealand market rate meaning, yung sahod na natatanggap ng migrants, katulad natin, should be the same as yung locals, New Zealanders. Dalawa yung salary na chine-check natin for talent accredited. Okay? Sa long-term skill shortage list, walang salary threshold. Instead, merong market rate. Katulad ng mga chef. Okay? So, hindi nila kailangan may 26.5, but they should at least have a salary within the range ng market for chef. Okay? So, let's check Okay, let's check yung market rate for chef. Sa ngayon, okay, ito yung one of the references ng immigration na to check kung within market rate ba yung sahod, yung careers .govt.nz. Ang minimum na pay ng chef ay 39K. So, that's about minimum wage. So, kung ikaw ay chef, okay, and na-meet mo naman yung other criteria, yan, chef. Okay, kung meron ka namang level 4 or higher, okay, na cookery. And then, you have a minimum of 5 years experience, okay? Then, you can apply for work to residence LTSSL. Okay? Ganon din yung sa ibang mga occupations. Okay? Lalo na yung mga electrician natin at saka mechanic. Okay? Kung meron kayong level 4 and minimum of 3 years post-qualification work experience, ibig sabihin pagkatapos yung natapos yung course, then you can apply for WTR. In regards naman sa sahod, kasi madami pa rin nagtatanong kung pwede bang mag-apply kung 26.5 na nga ang sahod. Pwede bang mag-apply ng talent accredited? Unang-una, dapat accredited ang employer, okay? Dapat accredited ang employer and dapat ang sahod mo ngayon ay 38.2. Okay? Yung 26.5 nung 2019 nag-end na yon, okay? So lahat ng nag-apply before 7th of October 2019 na na-approve, you can apply for residence after 2 years, no? Pero they have to maintain itong sahod na to. Kung sa ngayon ay wala ka namang hawak na WTR, okay? Accredited ng employer mo, kailangan ang sahod mo ay nasa 79,560 minimum or 38.2 per hour. Okay? Right. So, kung halimbawang qualified naman kayo, then you go ahead, mag-apply na kasi by July, wala ng WTR, talent at saka LTSSL. Especially yung LTSSL. Kung qualified naman kayo, then apply before mag-start yung employer-led work visa. Kasi pag once na nag-start yun, wala na tong WTR. Okay? Now, in regards naman sa processing timeframes and visa durations, kasi I encountered some applicants ng WTR worrying kung ano na ang mangyayari sa visa nila since nag-lodge na sila ng residence and then hindi pa lumalabas yung residence nila, ma-expire na yung kanilang visa. Okay? Normally, pag nag-a-apply ng WTR, ang visa duration yan ay 30 months, right? Ngayon, you can apply for residence after 24 months. So, start kayo ng application dito. However, ang processing time ngayon exceeds yung visa duration ninyo, which is 30. Correct? So, many of you are worrying kung ano nang mangyayari after ma-expire yung visa. Ano na ang gagawin? Okay? Yung iba, ang sabi nila, yung iba, we're asking kung pwede bang mag-apply ng visit visa. Okay? Since mag-expire na yung kanilang WTR and wala pa yung kanilang residence. Kasi sa ngayon nga is nasa 10 months ang processing or 10 months or more. Yung iba ay nag-exceed na ng 1 year since hindi na nga priority ang mga WTR. Okay? So, ano na yung pwede nilang gawin? So, supposed to be, before mag-expire yung WTR ninyo, you should apply for subsequent WTR. Pero you can only apply for this kung na-lodge na yung residence ninyo. Okay? You cannot apply for subsequent WTR kung wala kayong ongoing na residence application. Okay? So, that will keep you lawful while waiting for your residence visa. I hope na clarify natin some of the confusions in regards to sa WTR. Okay, that's it for today. If you need any immigration advice or assistance for your visa processing ng any temporary work or residence visa application, our contact details can be found sa description ng YouTube videos. Okay? And if you have any comments, requests, questions, or request na gusto ninyong i-discuss natin sa future videos, just comment sa mga YouTube videos natin. And see you sa mga susunod na videos natin.